Kaluna Yoga Flow. Be strong, take heart. Hello, and thank you for joining me today. Our flow today is going to move a little bit quicker, but it's going to be based off of some of the postures that we were beginning to learn in our first sequence. But before we begin, let's go ahead and begin to ground ourselves and set this time apart. So inhale a few times and exhale, slowly deepening your breath. Our mantra today comes from a song by Taizé, which is a monastery in France. So I'm going to sing it to begin our time. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord, be strong, take heart. Take a few more inhales and exhales. And then we're going to devote this time by inhaling, Creator, we praise you. Christ, we thank you. Spirit, we welcome you. Once more, hands overhead. Creator, we praise you. Christ, we thank you. Spirit, we welcome you. And then place your hands on your knees and inhale, moving over to your right, and exhale to your left. So we're just moving laterally here with the ribs from one side to the other. And then we're going to inhale, bringing the chest forward, and exhale, pulling back, pulling the belly button towards the spine. And inhale, pushing forward through the chest, and exhale, pulling back on the knees. So beginning to warm up the spine and the back. And then you continue on by starting small circles. You can continue the cat-cow motion too if you would prefer. So inhale as your chest comes forward and exhale as you move back. And go ahead and switch directions, please. Doing a few in this way. Really feeling your spine moving. And lifting the hands overhead and exhaling as you turn to one side. So these are really gentle twists right now. So we're not twisting too far, just beginning to open up through the shoulders and the spine. We'll do a deeper twist later on in the practice. So inhale as the hands come up and exhale as the hands come down. And these are the props you might need: a block. You will need a strap and a blanket, which I'm actually seated on at the moment. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. So if you would like to have a little more support under your knees, you can place a blanket there, and that will give a little more cushion. So your knees are going to be underneath your hips, and your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. And we're going to take an inhale as you reach the chest forward, and exhale once again, pulling the belly button up towards the spine. And inhale as you look forward, and exhale, arching up. Feel that you're moving from the base of your tailbone first, and moving through each vertebrae as you move through your cat and cows. We're going to slowly come onto our backs, so you can move your blanket out of the way here, off to the side. And you can either come down by placing your hands on the backs of your thighs and slowly rolling down that way with some more support, or if you'd like to engage your core, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. And we're going to bring our left knee into our chest. So you can either place your right leg flat with your foot on the mat or stretch it out long. And then take your strap after you've pulled your knee into your chest, place your strap onto the ball of your left foot and reach your foot up towards the ceiling. So you're going to place both of your hands right now on your strap to get some nice support. And if you can straighten your leg, that's great. If you can't and you need to have a little bend in your knee, that's all right too. And then we're going to slowly start doing some circles in a clockwise direction, with your circles starting small and then gradually getting bigger. So we're going to start to really open up the hip. So do a few more, and then we're going to switch directions. So it's about 4 in each way, both clockwise and counterclockwise, starting small and getting bigger. Continuing to breathe. And then we're going to take your left hand on your strap and slowly open your leg out to the side. So if you need to bring your right leg in and open your knee out to the side, that's fine for some more support. As you can see, my right foot is bent with my knee, so the side of my foot was on the mat. Bring your knee back into your chest for a small release, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take a moment to breathe here. So bring your right knee into your chest for a moment, and then place your strap on the ball of your right foot, stretching your leg first tall towards the sky with both hands, and then dropping your left hand down towards the mat, and starting once again in clockwise circles, small and then slowly getting larger, and then reversing continuing to breathe. Feeling the openness as you through your hip, so you're going to lubricate the hip joint. Now I have forgotten to do the opposite side in bringing the foot out to the side, but I would like you to go ahead and pause and rectify my own mistake. So bringing your right leg out to the side, and you can bring your left foot onto the mat and then drop your left knee out to the side too. We're going to bring ourselves up to standing. So you might do that by rolling to one side and slowly standing up, or you can begin to roll gently along your mat, gaining momentum, massaging the spine. And then eventually you're going to bring yourself to standing at the front of your mat. And bring yourselves into a mountain pose, so feet under the hips, dropping the tail, dropping the shoulders. Take a breath here. Now we're going to go through sun salutations. These are important because they warm up both the front and the back part of your body. And we're going to go through it really slowly the first time with modifications, and then more quickly the next few times through. So inhale, reaching overhead. Exhale, bending forward. You can place your hands on a block to bring the floor up to you a little bit. So you're going to come into a forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, placing your hands on your mat and coming back into plank. Or bring your knees down, and we're going to slowly come down by bringing your knees and then your chin and your chest and inward knee forward, and then your last thing to come down is your hips, placing the tops of your feet firmly in the mat, pulling your heels together, coming up for a gentle cobra, pulling your chest forward and gently lowering down, stretching back either into puppy on your knees or coming up into a downward dog. So I'm going to show you how to move forward out of the puppy back up to mountain first. So slowly coming up to tabletop and then stepping forward with one foot and then the other, coming into your forward fold or from your downward facing dog. You're going to take a bend through the knees, look forward and step one foot up and then the other. And then you're going to come back into a flat back on an inhale, exhale, fold forward, and inhale, lift the hands all the way up to heart center. This time as we move through, we're going to move a little faster. I will direct the breath and remember to use whatever modifications you need. So inhale, lift the arms overhead, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, place the hands coming down to high plank and lower down on an exhale. Inhale, lifting up into cobra. Exhale, coming down, and inhale, lifting up and back for downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. So your heels don't have to come down to the mat, but do drop or bring your hips up towards the sky, and your hands should be about shoulder distance apart. Bringing the eyes of your elbows, so the backs of your elbows, twisting them towards the front of the room. Inhale, stretching forward. As you come into half lift, exhale, fold down. Inhale, lifting the hands overhead and bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, opening up through the heart. Exhale, plant the hands. Firmly step back into high plank. Take a breath and exhale as you come down, elbows brushing the body. Inhale, coming up into cobra, and exhale, coming into your downward facing dog. So hands planted, tailbone and up towards the upper back of the room. Feet firmly planted even if your heels aren't touching. Take 5 breaths. Inhale, and you can jump or step forward. Come into your forward fold and lifting all the way up on an inhale, and exhale, hands coming to heart center. We're going to move into tree pose, which is a balancing posture. So you can bring the chair onto your mat if you feel like the chair would help you feel more stable and help you be more balanced to begin with. So place your left hand lightly on the side of the chair and then find a point of focus that you can focus your eyes on. For more grounding, look about 3 or 4 feet in front of you, closer to the floor. And for more challenge, you can look up. And then slowly bring your right foot up your standing left leg. Now, if you'd like to keep your toes pushed into the floor to start, that's fine. And then play with lifting your hands off the chair. Or you can bring your leg crossed in front of your standing left leg, as long as you're pushing your ankle into the standing leg. Or you can bring your foot all the way up and push it straight into your left leg. So there's a force between your right foot and your left leg. Make sure that your right hip isn't hiked up, and focus and breathe. Grounding down through the 4 corners of your standing left foot. Now as we move into this next side, I'm going to show you without the chair. Think of our mantra for the day. Be strong, take heart. So you're going to root down through your right foot like there's roots, like a tree, moving you down into the ground. And then slowly lift your leg, pushing your left foot into your standing leg. Again, you can bring it to the floor or higher, as long as you're not pushing in and around your knee. So become like a tree, find your point of focus, be strong, And then you can place your hands at your heart or lift them up for more challenge. Take heart, opening your heart up. Pull your belly button in towards your rib, towards your spine, and knit your ribs together. So you're locking through your feet and through your belly. Take a few breaths. We're going to now begin to move through our standing sequence. I'm going to go through it really slowly the first time, and then adding on a little bit as we flow through it. Now I want you to follow your breath so you can flow with me or slower. So you're going to take an inhale and take a big step back with your left foot for Warrior One. So your back foot is 45 degrees or kind of pointed up to the left front portion of your mat. Your right knee is over your ankle. If you want a little support, you can heel toe that right foot out so you have a wider base, and lift the arms overhead, making sure the shoulders aren't scrunched up by the ears. And both your hip bones are facing the front of your mat. Feel the back foot opening, so it's now parallel for Warrior Two, and your hips are now facing the same direction as your heart and your shoulders. Feel your belly button pull in towards your spine, knit your ribs together, looking over the front fingers. Straightening the front right leg, reaching forward, hinging from the hips, coming down for triangle. Now you can use a block to bring the floor up, because the most important thing here is to open up through your heart. And your front leg can be bent just a little bit to keep it from locking if you'd like. Feel both feet firmly grounded, rooting into the floor through all four corners. Now we're going to bend the front right leg, placing the arm on the thigh, looking up through the top fingers or over your ear, whichever feels better for your shoulders, as long as you're keeping your heart open, shoulders open, feeling the stretch through your side body. Breathe. And then we're going to slowly roll through the middle. So for open angle, you can place the block on the floor again at whichever height to bring the floor up. And then you're going to firmly place, for more stability though, place it flat. And you're firmly going to place your right hand on the block and stretch up through your top fingertips, looking up. If the neck allows. If it feels better, look at the floor, and that's fine too. But bring your weight more into the balls of your feet. And then we're going to begin to slowly walk over towards the other side. So now your left leg is in front for Warrior One. If it feels better for your shoulders, you can open up into cactus arms as well. Make sure the back side of your foot is onto the mat on all of these standing postures. So you're in Warrior Two now, feeling your shoulder blades move down, moving into triangle. Feeling like you're pushed up against the wall behind you, so your shoulders are stacked. You're not moving forward through the middle. And into extended side angle. So I'm moving with my breath here as I come forward into open angle. So this next time, you're going to now place the opposite hand on the floor and reach up and twist. Once again, you can look up towards the sky or down towards the floor, but do try to move your weight more into the balls of your feet. This time I'm going to go a little faster, and I'll direct the breath better this time. So take an inhale, lift up to Warrior One. Take a breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're coming into Warrior Two. Inhale, and exhale. We're going to do a reverse warrior now. Inhale and exhale as you come into triangle. So you're going to inhale and then exhale, moving into the next posture to side angle. moving through. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale, looking up. Inhale, take a moment, take a breath. Inhale, and as you exhale, moving up into the posture, following your own breath. Repeating the mantra if it's helpful for you to be grounded as you're moving into triangle. Be strong. Take heart. Feel your heart opening. Grounding down, rooting down. Be strong. Take heart. This time we're going to add one more element and continuing to move with the breath. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale and exhale, moving into reverse warrior. Inhale and exhale, moving into triangle. Inhale, back to warrior two as you exhale. Inhale and exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, exhale, moving into this next pose, open angle. Inhale and take an exhale here, preparing. Inhale and exhale, coming up to warrior one. Follow your own breath. Be strong. Take heart. Feel the heart opening in reverse warrior. Feel your breath, keeping the belly strong, the belly button pulled back towards the spine, even as you're moving and breathing. And now come into a downward facing dog and quietly and gently come down into child's pose. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Take heart. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Take heart. So we're going to arch up through the spine into a cat before bringing yourself into downward facing dog and slowly walking forward. Come up one vertebrae at a time. Take a breath. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to come into our peak posture for the day, which is warrior three. I'm going to show you with a chair and without. So you're going to ground down to the four corners of your right foot and bring your left leg just behind you. And then hinging from your hips, you're going to slowly come forward. If you're using the chair, you can lightly place your hands on the back of the chair and just bring up your back leg to a place that feels good for you. Now I'm going to show it a more challenging way to get in. So you're going to step back with your left foot into a high lunge position. So you're in the ball of your back foot. You can also come through warrior one, but you're going to come back through high lunge anyway. So ground down through your right foot. Find a point of focus. And then slowly bring your weight back forward and lift up your left leg. Your hands can be at heart center, straight back behind you, or reaching in front for more challenge. So you're engaging your standing leg and your lifted leg. This posture really engages our mantra. You have to be strong and you have to open through the heart. So I'm going to show you again. Left leg in front this time. Reaching up, find your point of focus. For more grounding, look closer to the floor. Inhale and exhale. coming into warrior 3, hinging from the hips. Now your hips are level, not open. Feel the fingertips down through your toes so your foot is engaged, either pointed or flexed. Your foot in the floor is grounded, so you're strong, like in tree pose. Take another breath and then slowly come out. And slowly roll down into a forward fold to release the back. You can bend your knees and straighten them a few times as well, if that would feel better for you. And then we're going to slowly come down onto our behind. You can place the blanket folded underneath your hips to give you a little more height, if that would be helpful. Or you can sit flat on your mat as well. But you can extend both legs long in front, flexing both feet, engaging the legs. And then we're going to bring our right foot in. You're going to place it flat on the floor. We're going to move into a twist here. So you can place your foot here, or you can lift the foot and place it on the other side of the long left leg. But then you're going to take an inhale and turn slightly to the right. You can place your hand around your foot or knee, or you can bring your left hand in front and twist. But inhale and lengthen the spine, and then exhale, twist a little more. So you're not wrenching your shoulders to twist. It's a movement from the hips and up. And then you can place your strap on your left foot, and the right foot is now like in tree pose, so your knee is open. So you can use your strap to help you move forward, or you can just place your hands on the mat and slowly bring your chest forward over your leg. Inhaling when you come to your edge and exhaling, moving forward a little more. Trying to keep the heart open. And we're going to switch legs. So this time I'm going to show you the crossed position. So you can take a moment here to breathe. And you can cross that foot over, but you need to make sure both hips are still rooted into your mat or blanket. And then slowly turn to your left. And once again, you can wrap the knee or bring the elbow against the crossed leg. I like to put my hand on my heart and as I twist. So inhale, reaching through the spine, and exhale, twisting a little more. Be strong, take heart. So you're lengthening through the leg, opening the knee. So the lengthened leg is still engaged, and then slowly come down over your knee. Once again, you can use your strap if you would prefer. That could help you to keep your heart open a little more. Although I'm rounding quite a bit here, I'm realizing. Breathing. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Take heart. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Take heart. And slowly come out. So we're going to bring our feet together. So first place the bottoms of your feet straight together. And then you can place blocks under your knees. If your knees are really high and you're feeling like there's a lot of work to keep them up, that can help. And then your feet can splay open like you're reading a book as you come down over your knees. So we're really opening the hips here. So we're coming forward. Again, working to keep the heart open. and slowly come up. Gently bring the knees together. And now you can move your blanket out of the way, and once again, come down on your back, either supported or using your core. Come all the way down. Now you can place your hands underneath your hips and bring your feet up towards the sky, or you can begin to try to come into shoulder stand, but I would only suggest this if you have a more consistent practice. So you're going to bring your knees up over your face and then lift the legs up towards the sky, and you're going to place your hands on your back. So your elbows are really moving together underneath your back, and your hands are firmly supporting your lower back. And then gently come down by bringing your knees down first and then slowly coming down one vertebrae at a time. Again, please don't practice that unless you have a more consistent practice. And you're going to bring both your knees down to the right, gaze to the left, arms out in a T shape. Release the spine. And now opposite direction. You can take longer in each position. In fact, I would suggest it. Really breathe and release the spine. Bring the knees into the chest. And then bring yourself finally into your Savasana. So I want you to imagine releasing every single muscle in your body, starting from your head, moving down to your toes. Notice if there's anywhere you still feel tension, and release it. Release your eyebrows, your eyes in the sockets, your tongue in your mouth. Let yourself be at rest. Remember that Shavasana is the most important part of the practice, as it allows your body to take in all the work that it's done. And it also allows your mind to now be more at rest. So try to take this space to really be still. And if you need a mantra, continue the one we've used this practice. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Take heart. Wait for the Lord, whose day is near. Wait for the Lord. Be strong, take heart. I encourage you to stay here for at least 3 to 5 more minutes and just let yourself bask in the silent presence of God. And when you're ready, begin by wiggling your fingers and toes, slowly wakening your body, rolling to one side, and then gently coming up. Thank you so much for joining me. Blessings, friends.